3 goals, 13 minutes. Manchester City's title hopes crumbling in real time at Goodison Park. Theo Barry again, Jake O'Brien with a header, 3-1. And Pep Guardiola on that touchline, both hands pressed against his head, staring at a scoreboard that told him everything he did not want to know. Haaland pulled one back. Doku scored in stoppage time to make it 3-3, but it was too late. The damage was done. Arsenal 76 points, Manchester City 71. 3 games left for Arsenal to play. The title race is no longer a race. It is Arsenal's to lose. Let me be precise about what tonight's result at Everton actually means, because the mathematics here are worth sitting with. Arsenal have 3 games remaining: West Ham away, Burnley at home, Crystal Palace away. If Arsenal win all 3 of those fixtures, they are Premier League champions. It does not matter what Manchester City do. It does not matter if City win all 4 of their remaining games. Arsenal winning their final 3 makes them champions regardless. That is the scale of what happened tonight at Goodison Park. Manchester City went to Everton needing a win. They took the lead through Doku in the first half. Then Everton struck 3 goals in 13 minutes. Theo Barry twice, Jake O'Brien with the header. In the space of 13 minutes, City went from 1-0 up to 3-1 down. Haaland pulled one back immediately, but the collapse was already real. Doku scored with virtually the last kick to make it 3-3, a draw, when they needed a win, when they could not afford not to win. Fabrizio Romano posted the image of Guardiola on the touchline, both hands against his head, eyes wide, and that photograph said everything. This is a man watching his season disintegrate. This is not one bad night, this is a pattern. Manchester City's inconsistency in the second half of this season has cost them dearly. Arsenal have capitalised on every single slip. The updated table says it plainly. Arsenal first, 76 points, 41 goal difference, 67 goals from 35 games. Manchester City second, 71 points, 37 goal difference, 69 goals from 34 games, 5 points. Better goal difference. Arsenal's destiny is entirely in their own hands. That phrase gets used loosely in football. Tonight it is mathematically correct. The prediction markets have Arsenal at 83% to win the title, Manchester City at 15%. That reflects the overwhelming probability of what these standings now show. 3 wins from 3. Arsenal's first Premier League title in 22 years since the Invincibles. And here, in May of 2026, Arsenal have 3 games to do what every supporter has been dreaming of since that unbeaten season ended. But before we settle into that, there is something even bigger happening tomorrow night. Arsenal host Atletico Madrid at the Emirates in the second leg of the Champions League semi-final. The tie is level at 1-1 from the first leg in Spain. A place in the final in Budapest is 90 minutes away. And this is the thing that makes this week unlike anything this club has experienced in a very long time. 2 trophies, simultaneously within reach. The Premier League, the Champions League, both in the same week, both alive. Arteta said it himself in his pre-match press conference. He framed this moment in the context of 20 years that it has taken this long for Arsenal to be back in this position. This is not just another semi-final. This is the product of 2 decades of rebuilding, rethinking and restructuring what Arsenal Football Club is. And when he was asked whether he pictures himself lifting the Champions League trophy, his answer was honest and revealing. He said he has done it before as a player. He acknowledged you can never promise to win major trophies. But then he said, what you can promise is to work every single day with vision and determination and the right decisions to bring a club to the level of the best in Europe. And then, quietly but clearly, here we are. Now we have to make the next step. That is a man who has done the work, watched the process unfold, and now stands at the door of something historic. And he knows it. Now let us talk about Atletico, because they deserve full respect heading into tomorrow night. First, the hotel story. Just before tonight's games, it emerged that Atletico Madrid, under direct instructions from Simeone, have switched hotels ahead of the second leg. They have left the hotel they stayed in during their 4-0 defeat to Arsenal back in October. Simeone clearly does not want any association with that memory entering this game. Fabrizio Romano put the question directly to Simeone in a press conference. Did you change hotels because of superstition? Simeone smiled, laughed, and said, the reason is that this new hotel is cheaper. A brilliant deflection, funny, quick, completely in character for a man who has spent decades understanding how to manage pressure and perception. Whether it was superstition, budget, or psychological preparation for his players, The fact that it is being talked about everywhere tells you how seriously Atletico are taking this game. Antoine Griezmann confirmed the mentality from the players' side. He said he only visualises the next game and what the coach asks of him. He does not think ahead. He stays fresh and has the legs ready for what is in front of him. A Champions League experience forward in a Final Four, sounding sharp and focused. This is not a distracted Atletico side. This is not a team looking past this tie. This is a fully motivated, meticulously prepared Diego Simeone side that changed their hotel, prepared down to the last detail, and sent their most dangerous attacker to the press conference sounding entirely ready. The first leg finished 1-1 for a reason. Atletico Madrid are dangerous. Arsenal cannot afford to think otherwise. Now the injury picture, because it is significant and needs to be understood clearly. 4 first-team players missed Arsenal's final training session today. Martin Odegaard, Kai Havertz, Jurrien Timber, Mikel Merino. Odegaard is the biggest loss. He has been fighting to return for weeks. He is desperate to be involved. That has been confirmed. But based on today's training update, he is not available tomorrow night. Arsenal go into the biggest game of their season without their captain and without the creative heartbeat of their midfield. Havertz is also absent. It was hoped he might return, but he was not part of the final group. Timber remains out. 4 absences in a Champions League semi-final second leg is a significant disruption. The predicted lineup has David Raya in goal, a back 4 of Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel and Calafiori. Zubimendi at the base of midfield with Declan Rice alongside him, Eze in the number 10 role, Saka on the right, Gyökeres through the middle, Martinelli on the left. The key question in midfield is whether Arteta goes with Zubimendi or gives Miles Lewis-Skelly, who was exceptional against Fulham at the weekend, his moment in a Champions League semi-final. The predicted lineup suggests Zubimendi gets the nod. If that is the case, his role is critical, controlling tempo, protecting the back 4, allowing Rice the freedom to impose himself. With Odegaard out, Eze keeps the number 10 role. He has handled big European nights before. Tomorrow is the biggest test he has faced in an Arsenal shirt. How he performs could define the tie. Up front, Gyökeres starts. That is not in question. He spoke in his press conference today with a clarity and warmth that told you everything about where he is mentally and emotionally inside this club. He was asked about big pressure moments and he pointed to his experience with Sweden, games where they had to win to qualify for the World Cup. He said tomorrow is another massive game and that he has been in these moments before. That is not bravado. That is the settled confidence of a player who knows exactly what he is capable of. He spoke about seeing supporters around the stadium doing his celebration. Called it incredible, good vibes, something that belongs to them as much as it belongs to him. He praised Saka publicly and specifically, saying when Saka is in this form, it is amazing for him and for all the other players. He called Saliba and Gabriel the best centre-backs he has trained against anywhere. He said he feels blessed to train with them every day. This is a player who has settled into Arsenal Football Club at the deepest level, not still finding his feet, at home, trusting his teammates, ready. And on Odegaard's absence, he showed genuine compassion, said he knows how frustrating injury is from his own experience and that it is only a matter of time before the captain returns. On Saka, Arteta was precise and enthusiastic. He said Saka has come back in the most important period of the season, fresh, mentally sharp, hungry at the highest possible level. The pain from the Achilles is gone. Saka felt loose in training. And then Arteta said the line that will stay with every Arsenal supporter heading into tomorrow: we had the Bukayo that we need back. A manager who knows exactly what that player means to his team. And the Bukayo that they need is the one who makes the fake cross real, who turns defenders into breakdancers, who creates the goals that change the biggest games. He was that player against Fulham. He needs to be that player tomorrow. Here is the full picture of where Arsenal stand as Tuesday night arrives. Manchester City drew 3-3 at Everton when they could not afford to drop points. Arsenal are 5 points clear with 3 games to play. Win all 3 and the Premier League title returns to the Emirates for the first time in 22 years, regardless of everything else. Tomorrow night, Arsenal face Atletico Madrid at the Emirates in a 1-game shootout for a place in the Champions League final in Budapest. The tie is 1-1. Arsenal go in without Odegaard, without Havertz, without Timber, but they have Saka back, they have Gyökeres settled and in form. They have Rice, the best defensive midfielder in European football right now. They have a crowd that has been building toward this night for weeks, and they have a manager standing in front of the cameras saying 20 years, we are here, now we make the next step. Arteta built this, piece by piece, season by season, near miss by near miss, and now the two biggest prizes in English and European football are simultaneously within touching distance of the same club in the same week. This is the most significant week in Arsenal's history since the Invincibles. Tomorrow, the Emirates needs to be everything it can be. The bus route lined, the streets loud, the stadium a wall of sound from the first whistle. Arsenal have earned this moment. Now go and take it.